is born of the desire to be alpha, and there's this, there is an alpha, but it's a relatively fluid situation, there are challenges and all the rest of that are taking place. So let us say that every male chimpanzee wants to be alpha. Of course, most of them will never be alpha, but they don't like it. I guess you could say that that's the kind of thematic influence. But obviously there's no indication in them that they somehow regard the alpha's rule as unjust or merit really playing a part in that thing. So Bohm says we have to imagine a situation in which the submissives, that is all the rest of us, get together and kind of decide. The contract is, it's really like Glaucon in Book 2 of the Republic. The weak get together and say, okay, I renounce my ambition to become alpha on condition that nobody gets to be alpha. Because in that way, we each get to be as much of an alpha as we can. That is to say, sort of autonomy is actually the word that he uses. And so, if that's true, it seems that the isothumia that we have, and that I guess is the basis to some degree of our regime, is really a kind of scaling back of the natural, with Socrates, he would have to say, everybody naturally wants to rule the world, except for the philosophers. But we have reached this accommodation, whereby we all renounce that ambition in order to enjoy being, alpha over ourselves, right? Not having to be submissive. And of course, what really rankles us, these people raised in our kind of culture, is the idea of having to submit somehow. Just cannot take that. It's like the Alamo or something. Right, the challenge. So, this distinctively human version of the honor thing, first of all, is very much more flexible than chimpanzee. Every chimpanzee band has the same structure, the same basic authority structure, and it will never change. There is an alpha, there are challenges, but there is no possibility of like the non-alphas getting together and deciding to just overthrow the alpha system. Obviously, this is something that humans are capable of, and in Bohm's telling, actually pulled it off. Which is remarkable if you think about it, because in a way, it means that human culture, humans have culture in the way that chimpanzees don't. This is part of it. We create an egalitarian system, an egalitarian culture based upon a kind of deliberation or a decision about what's the best way to be. It's probably way over-reading what was actually going on in these people's heads at the time. But you can see that it's much more of a deliberative process and in the control of the community. It's almost like Aristotelian politics, sitting down and making fundamental decisions about the regime for ourselves and for our society and all the rest of it. And of course, the human desire for honor is very different from earlier primate versions, and that we have abstract ideas, and that this sense of honor can attach itself to abstract ideals, such as liberty for all, or go Kansas State, or whatever it might happen to be. But of course, that then gets us into the problem that Fukuyama mentioned, and we are all very aware of, is that this honor can attach itself to perverse kinds of senses. The most scalps, or the most people I can kill in a suicide bombing, these are forms of honor. Okay, so all those problems are there, but I just want to finish the big issue of, well, this is the reason why I was, although fascinated by evolution, I've always avoided the subject because political philosophy is sort of about what is the best regime. There's different regimes out there, there are different cultures that espouse different ideas. Our job is to figure out who's right, or at least to talk about who's right on the basis of there is some rational way of sorting this out, at least beginning to sort it out. religionists talk about morality, they're just social scientists. They're just saying, well, here's the way that humans happen to think. Here's the reflexes they happen to have when you push their buttons about honor or something like that. They can't say, here's the way that humans should react when you push their buttons about honor or something like that. And of course, that's our job. But how do you make an argument like that if you accept the whole evolutionary account of who we are and where we came from? And you can say, we have this thumotic desire, and we can take it in an authoritarian direction as we have through most of our history, or we can set up this liberal accommodation, and fine, but then